Hello, this is Rob from Rims Models. This is my 4th update of the Miniart Tiran 4. So here I'm just primering with Tamiya XF1 black. Just everything I primer with this colour. And what I'll do then, do the bottoms first, and then I'll flip it over and do the top. Just doing the 3 guns on the turret. Again, XF1. Just nice detail on them, as you'll see on the when they're finished. Wheels are the same. I paint a primer in black, and then I go over the rubber bits with XF85. So I'll just keep turning the wheels around, making sure you get it everywhere. You don't want no grey plastic to show through. Now we're doing the sprockets. There's 5 of them wheels on each side. So again, just keep twisting it round, making sure you get every, you don't want no grey plastic at all showing through. Now we're just doing the idler wheel. Really nice detail. The clean up on them wheels was a bit difficult because it got like a pattern on the tread pattern, so you had to be careful. Now we're just doing the top now. Same again with the XF1. And all the brass parts have been primered with the Mr. Hobby metal primer. I didn't do the meshing now because it clogs all the holes up, so when you paint it you can see where there's no holes. Right, now we're doing the tracks. Again the same, primered in the XF1. They're pretty nice tracks to put together. Just lay them in a line and then just run the glue down it, let them dry for 5 minutes, and then wrap them around the wheel. Well, what I'll do on the next one I'll show you actually building the tracks. Right, now this colour now is XF72, and I've gone really thin. I'd say it's about 60% thinners, and what I do, go over a very light coat because you want the black to show through. And then what I do then, I'll go a bit heavier then in the middles, which I'll show you in a bit. So I've gone all over with that, and now I'm just same mix, just go a bit heavier, so you're leaving all the shadows around all the edges and the I'd say I'm about 20 psi, and I've got a 0.2 needle in. I haven't changed no mix, it's still the same. And I'll do that all over. All you're doing is just building it up in the middles. This is the other side now. Right, we're flipped it over now, we're doing the top. Same again. Nice light coat. Same mix still, I haven't changed nothing. And now we're going in a bit heavier again in the middles. that lid's just off a deodorant bottle. I've had to wrap a bit of tape around it because it was just a bit too small. Well, it's perfect size now. Again, just keep building it up. There. This is now you can actually see it good there. The pre-shading. Moving round to the front, exactly the same on the turret as well. And then what I do, once I've done that all over, my next stage will be a filter. But I'll show you all that when I get to it. So there you go, that's all done. Same on the turret now. Sorry about the light, my light went, so that's why it's a bit dark. But what I'm actually doing, I'm doing the same, nice light coat over it, because you just want the black just to slightly be showing through. And then I'm going in heavy now and just build it up. Again, same mix, everything's the same. And all I've done, I've just put toilet roll in the holes where the hatches are, and I've got another deodorant lid underneath that. So it's exactly the same look. But this is the first stage of the painting. Everything as well is the same colour, so you can just paint the lot. There is some spare tracks on there, but I shall paint them with the paintbrush, do them separate. So there's the turret. Right, now we're actually starting on the dozer blade, and again exactly the same. It was primed in black. Went out, just going over now with the same mix, a nice light coat, then go a bit heavier in the middle. Now I've done nothing on the front, because I'm going to paint that separate. Well, I'll show you that in a bit what I do. So that's the dozer blade. All this is a wheel mask. You just buy them off eBay. I think you can get them from China. They're ever so cheap. And just find the one that suits your wheel. And exactly the same again. Nice and light coat. And then just go a bit heavier then on the raised bits. So I'll show you there, look. Same again. Like I say, you got 10 of these to do. So again, making sure you tilt it and get it all around the edge. You don't want to leave nothing, no grey or anything showing. Now what I'm doing here, I'm not spraying all the gun. I'm just spraying the animation box. And that's the same, that's the XF72. And then what I'll do then, I'll paintbrush the gun itself with the gunmetal. Bit out of shot there, sorry about that. Right, now what I'm spraying now is XF56 steel. Now all I'm spraying is the front, and then I'll do the bottoms on the side then. So I'll just do a nice light coat. This is the first stage of the actual dozer blade on the front. I'll just build it up. That's just normal, I'll say 50-50 mix there. same air pressure. And all I do then is just the bottoms on the sides. Alright, so that's the first stage done. Just build it up a bit more. Okay, so that's that finished. Now doing the tracks, now gunmetal. Gunmetal, which is XF84 to me. And what I'll do when it dries, I'll just move the clip out of the way and I'll spray where that is. Right, now we're doing now the camouflage pattern now, which is XF17, and this is really thin again. I'd say about the same 60% thinners. You can't see it in the picture, but I'm just following a pattern on the instructions. And I'd say it's about 20 psi the same. I've got it taped off below the fenders because I don't want any overspray underneath. And I'm just working my way around. I'll spray it on the lower hull up to the turret, onto the turret, and then I'll move the turret then and spray the rest of it. But every colour I'm using so far has been Tamiya. And I've mixed it with XF20A, X20A thinners. Just keep working your way around. But I have to spray some of it underneath as well, so you don't see me do it. But you have to lift it up and carry on the pattern down. So all I'm doing is just following the pattern until you end up with this. I haven't gone exactly to it, but I've followed it as best as I can. And also there's no decals on this tank as well, so just doing the back now. So this is the last stage of the actual painting. So I did the first coat, which was the X72, and then the actual camouflage pattern now is XF17. There you go. Do the gun barrel the same. As you don't see me do, but there's some on the wheels as well. There's camouflage on the wheels as well. So just gently spraying. Keep spraying the XF17. Now you didn't see me do it on shot here, but I sprayed a layer of chipping fluid, which is the MIG ammo chipping fluid. I've done that first, and now this is, I'm just spraying the XF72 now, and it's the same mix I've been using, and we're going to do a bit of chipping. I've got the bottom taped off because I want to keep that separate. So all it is water with a stiff brush. So I'll just coat it all in water first, and then once it soaks in, it does chip pretty easily. So it's pretty quick. And make sure you go in a downwards as well, downwards position when you're chipping. Don't go across. Well, there's no need to flood it. You only need a bit of water. And you just do that all over, and then do the two side pieces, as you can see here. So that's the first stage. There's two stages of the chipping I do. So this is the first stage. What you don't see is this is over two days. This is what I've done here. Because obviously you gotta wait for things to dry. Now you just need the slightest bit of water. Once it's soaked in, it'll chip so easy. You've got to watch where you're putting your fingers as well, where you grab it, because there's a lot of small parts. You've got to watch you don't snap them off. So that's the first bit. Now this is the front bit of the dozer blade as well. And it's having the same treatment. Sprayed the XF56, then the chipping fluid, and then it's got the XF72 on the top. I'll go a bit heavier on this one. I want it chipped a lot more, this bit. Right, just unmasking it now, and then I've masked up the top bit. And what I'm doing now, I'm spraying the chipping fluid again, and then I'm going over the top then with XF1, which is the black again. So it's got the chipping fluid first, then the black over the top. Thin down again, I'd say 50-50 again. Making sure you get every angle. You make sure you get it covered, and then we'll do the water again. We'll chip it. So there you go, I've got it covered now. Now we'll unmask it. I didn't want no black on the actual blade bit. Oops. So there you go. Now what we'll do now, we'll put the water on it, and then we'll chip it again, but this will be a bit heavier chipped. Again in a downward motion. I'll just keep chipping it, and you can see keep doing it till you get your desired effect. Right, now this time I've gone for the worn effects, the AK, because I don't want it so heavily chipped. The other, that MIG stuff's heavy chipping, this one's just worn effects. So I'll do coat it all over now with this. So this is your second stage of chipping now. And then I'm going over then with the XF50, which is buff. And all I'm doing is giving it like a dusty look. I don't cover the whole lot, I'll just give it a light dusting, and then I'll do the water again and the chipping. But you can do the whole, there's no need to mask it off now. It'll all be done together. And that's the first stages then of the weathering. Then I've got the pigments and the ping washes and that yet to do on there. But again, making sure you go down, you want it to run down, not across. So I'll just take it off. You can go, you just keep chipping it until you get the effect you're after. Once the water attacks it, it does come off really easy. But this, the fluid I'm using now takes a bit longer, because the idea is it's not actually chipping it, it's like a scratch, and that's the effect you get. Doing the same with the tracks. I'm giving it a coat of buff over the top, just to give it a bit of a dusty look, and then you go over then with your pigments. So there you go, that's your first stage of weathering as well on the tracks. Okay, this is XF85 now, and all I'm doing is just spraying the rubber bits on the mud guards. There's 2 on the front and 2 on the back. And these are the backs. So that's it. The next update, you'll see me starting the weathering, and if I get it all done in one, I'll do the final reveal as well. But at the moment, that might be a separate video. So that's it. So I'll just like to say thank you all for looking and subscribing. I really do appreciate your comments. And I'll catch you on the next update.